Hi everyone, this is Chief Meteorologist Natasha Stenbock here in the Weather Center, and we are talking about cool artsy designs happening in weather. So we've been having some cold temperatures overnight and just enough moisture in the air. You get the two to combine, you get your temperature to drop down to that frost point, and voila, you have some artistic pieces. But this doesn't always happen. So, what's going on here? Well, take a look at the tweet that I put out from just a few days ago. And prior to this tweet that I put out, we'd been noticing people, our viewers, sending in pictures of these really cool patterns. So this is what I wrote. So, patterns of ice are affected by imperfections on metallic roof surfaces, and dust and pollen grains serve as nucleation points for crystalline growth. What? What is all that? Well, something interesting that happens in the atmosphere. How do you get a snowflake to form? Well, first, you have to have a water droplet. Well, how does a water droplet form? How does a cloud form? All of this is all related. You need what's called nucleation. So you need a little either particle of dust or something that water molecule can grab onto and then form from there. So, if we take a closer look at the patterns here, and this was on the roof of a couple cars that were out in my driveway that had been sitting out all night long. And the temperature, I knew the temperature was going to be falling just below freezing. And luckily, there was just enough moisture in the air to actually form this frost. When I went to go open the door of my car, it was really hard to open too. So there was just enough moisture, and certainly the temperatures were just right, just below freezing that morning. Another cool picture I want to show you. I think this picture is even better. This came from one of our viewers. This was from Tim Kelly in Corvallis. Look at that. Now that is awesome. The first time I saw this picture, I had to do a double take and think, are you sure? Are you sure you didn't make that up? No, this is nature doing its artistic best. So, just to review the weather that's involved. So your temperatures are falling to the dew point, or in this case, the frost point. So it needs to be freezing or below. So the moisture condenses onto cold surfaces, like, let's say, the hood of your car, and then it freezes. But why the pattern? I mean, that is some really cool stuff, and it doesn't happen like this all the time. Well, you need all of these things to come together just right. So you have a nice flat surface, but is it flat? Is it perfectly flat? Well, no, it is not. There are imperfections on the hood of that car. And that's what is one of the things that makes this beautiful pattern. But what else is on the roof of your car or the hood of your car? You have dirt, you have dust, and this time of year, if it's springtime, you have pollen. So that serves as the nucleation point. So we need that little nugget to form these cool patterns. And then you see these patterns going all different directions. But you also see a repeating shape. So what's that all about? So let's talk about ice crystals. You have a hydrogen atom and oxygen atom. So these atoms form a hexagon shape. Yeah. So this is what's called a fractal pattern. So it's a never-ending pattern, and it is a type of mathematical shape. So the next time you hear that song from Frozen, Let It Go, there's a line in there about this, and I won't sing it for you, I'll spare you that. But it says, my soul is spiraling in frozen fractals all around. Fractals. Used in song, used in weather, used in math, it's all related. All right, thanks so much, and I hope you learned something today.